Dude, when's the last time you been to a fight? Like
So
a physical fight, like a with a man like who disrespect
that
you, like
I've been to or I was involved in.
you're involved in, like hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm looking at you, girl. What you gonna do, huh? This ain't what you want. Or this you want some smoke? Let's go outside.
I say,
Bam, bam, bam.
I would say
Or almost into a fight, like an altercation. How
okay,
about that?
a lot into. Um, I remember talking to this girl, and it was starting to sprinkle, and she said, "Can we sit in your car?" I was like, "All right," and we're in front of a bar, right? And we're talking, and I drove a little distance from the bar, and out of nowhere, I get it was her brother and his friend, right?
Right.
And they just somebody took her out the car, and and I was like, they were lighter than me in body weight, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't scared of them. I really wasn't scared of them. And I was like, well, shit, I have a good chance of taking them both. As long as they let me out the car, right? As long as they let me out the car. And and then I thought about this one dude was like, hey, dude, hey, man, hey, if I was you, I'd just leave. And I was like, you know what? And I just drove off, right? I wasn't scared of if they would have opened the door, dragged me out. Now, if I'm on the ground, they would have kicked, blah, blah, blah. But I was just like, they're like way lighter than me. You get me?
Right.
And they were kind of like my height, and and I and I was thinking about it. And one of my boys later on, him and another guy saw what was taking place, so they were ready in case something went off, right? But in my head, I was like, I'm not scared of these two. But then I was like, you know what? It's better just to go.
Man,
It's better just to go.
that's
And
crazy.
and I left and I drove off, right?
That's good, man.
And another time I was at a bar. One of my boys accidentally bumped into this guy. He was about maybe 6 feet and probably about 200 ish, 200 poundish. And he came at me, and I just kept telling him, dude, like, I'm down to do it, but I'd rather have money involved. Rather have money involved because I used to be that dude, and but then I was like, I saw him really tipsy. I was like, it's not even worth it, yo. It's
Right.
not even worth it because it's not worth the brawl and the fight and whatever happens after that. Forget the people say, "Oh, the man being man," but the people who say those women who say that are the ones who still say, "Oh, this guy's harassing me." What about man being man, bitch? You know, but I've walked away on a lot of fights, still thinking that I could still dominate, and it's not about fighting, especially in bars and blah blah blah. The best thing is always to do is walk away. The
Man.
only last fight I really got into was when you came on my birthday.
Yeah, I remember that.
Um,
I
and
think
that was and when
yeah.
we was talking to that girl, and she's like, "Well, my husband is here because I was trying to hook you up. Remember that?"
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
And
That
you was
was
on the
crazy.
crutches, and
No, no, not that night. Not that night. That was a different night.
oh, you wasn't on the crutches.
No,
But
no.
I was like, "This is my boy Ryan," and we was polite, and she was like, "I have a husband," and we both was like, "Oh, my bad, my bad. We sorry about that." Who was behind us? The husband.
The
And
husband
I
was
and I
behind us.
remember telling him, like, hey man, my bad. I ain't she told us she was married. We said my bad, so my bad. And I hit him on his chest, like, my bad, yo. And he just got closer and closer. And I've been sucker punched a few times. And he just wouldn't back up. And I remember pushing him. And then the two bouncers stood in front of us. So I'm thinking it's over, right? Because there's two bouncers in front of us. He was a Samoan dude. I think it's done. This mom, this dude spears me like Goldberg, knocks them over like bowling pins. He's on my lap, blah blah blah, and the rest whatever. And I remember at the end, I'm just hammering him. But
Y'all broke some tipped some tables over and some chairs were thrown. And you know what, man? There was a bunch of people fighting that night. Not just you two. Like me, I was getting into it, but I was held up by security. But there's other people fighting too. There was other people fighting too. They weren't even
I didn't
part
even
of
know that.
us. They weren't. Yeah, I saw everything because I was hemmed up like this. I was like, hey, no, no, no. Security's like, no, no, hey, we'll kick you out. So they tried to kick me out. I was looking at everything. I saw Malay on the floor, your lady at the time on the floor, trying to break you guys up. But other people were squabbling. They're squabbling like, bah, bah. I'm like, yo, who are these people? They're not our
Yeah,
friends. So I think
I remember.
they had some people, against them that night, with
I
their
remember
friends.
he was on my leg,
It's
and
wild.
I'm trying to get out. Right, and he's a heavy guy, and I'm trying to like get my leg underneath, but it looks like he's sucking my dick because he's down there.
That's
He's
crazy.
like literally down there. He's not moving. It's like my man. But one of his boys came. I didn't know it was his boy, right?
Okay.
And he's just walking like this. And he just sucker punched me in my jaw. But I was like, is that the best you got? I felt it the next day. But I remember because the old lady was I didn't know she was pounding him in the head. So he turns around because remember my back's turned the whole time. He turns around, this is her story, and he hits her to get her
Wow.
off. But because he turned around and hit her, I was able to get free my legs. So me getting up, I thought I freed my legs because of me, pushing. But it's because he turned around and hit her, right?
Right.
She took I didn't see it, but she took it like a champ. And that's when I started welling on him. But that was really the last fight. Like I fought in Georgia multiple times, fought in Maryland a good bit. But like I'm talking about free for all. I'm not talking about organized stuff.
I'm
And
talking about the last time he got into a fight, man.
right, and but like
I'm a
I'm always there for a fight, right? If they if my brother, my family, brother, family, girl, partners are into it, but I'm not looking for it because one, I'm way too old to do that, and then two, it's you never know what a street fight's gonna lead into.
Yeah, let me share you my story about the last time I got into it. I was at a house party, and my homegirl she invited some people from her job,
Mm-hmm.
some Mexican guy and some Filipino guy and some other guys, and we're just talking. We're in this big old table where there's drinks around, and they're pouring shots. And I came from Hawaii like the weekend before, and I bought a ring, like a shiny ring from Hawaii. And so my homegirl asked me, "Hey, so hey, nice ring. Where'd you get that? You get married or what?" I was like, "Yeah, to the game." That's some ism, that's some pimp stuff, right? And then this Mexican dude was tripping, like, "Man, you don't know nothing about the game." I was like, "Man, don't." He's like, "Don't talk like that." Don't. I was like, and I said, "Who are you to tell me how to talk, man? Like, you don't know nothing about game. Like, you ain't no pimp." He said, "You ain't either. Like, look at my ring." And so we were just back talking to each other, right? And then he stepped up to me. He said, "What's up there?" And then I took my watch off, to my ring down, to my chain. The
Yeah.
reason why I was confident that night is because I was training at UFC gym. I'm UFC
Oh, no
fit.
way.
With my coworkers. We just like, sparring and stuff, hit the heavy bag. So I know the combos, I know what to do because I be like sparring. So I'm like, I want to give this to a test. I want to test myself now. So I'm like, what's up? My friends grabbed me and his friends grabbed him. And I was like, man, this is dumb, man. So I went up to him and was like, hey, man, look, man, I'm sorry for saying what I said, but look, I don't want to fight tonight. This is my homegirl's house. I want to respect her house. And I think you should too. He's like, all right, man, it's all good. Let's just party. Cool. At the end of the night, I say late to him, hey, man, about earlier, let's squash it, man. Under the bridge, water under the bridge. He's like, okay, it's cool, man. But do you want to fight though? I was like, I just told you, man. I just offered
Yeah.
you, extended my
Mhm.
olive branch to you, and now you want to fight? I just want to fight, man. You could tell this guy is a YN, man. He's a young dude, man. So he just wanted to fight. I mean, we were young before. We wanted to fight anybody. I wanted to fight anybody. So I know what type of time he was on. He wanted to fight, bro. So I just told him, no, man. I already squashed this with you. We don't need none of that. So, well, I want to let the audience know. Me and you let the audience. How do you defend yourself from fights like that? Like, say you with your girl, some dude smacks her ass. What would you do in that situation?
It matters. It matters because now a lot of guys have that confidence when they're alone to do that.
Okay,
A lot of
true,
times they
true.
with you know it matters. It matters because the right chick you with would say, just forget it, honey. Forget it. Let's just
True.
go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I've seen dudes. We used to know this one guy, and nothing happened, but my boy used to be like, his chick is gonna end up getting him killed
That's so
because she
true.
be the one. You gonna let him do that to me or look at me like that? You know, is you got to look at your circumstances and your surroundings
That's big
before
time. That's big time. Pause, but yeah.
before you do anything like that and jump out there. Now, hitting on your girl like, hey babe, blah blah blah.
Smacks her ass.
Well, smack her as you talk, talk your you can talk.
Like, hey man, I don't
Look,
play
there's a
that.
certain way to talk
I
and
don't play
diffuse it.
that. Yeah.
No, but there's a certain way to diffuse it. Like Brian, where you rather he got six of his partners, you just with her, and you and she all you do is hear this and you hear this too, beep 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 beep, and you're in the hospital. Like if there's a certain amount of dudes, you just say, hey man, that was fucked up, and just be like, come on, and they be like, hey, what's up, walk away,
Yeah. Yeah.
walk
Y-
away. If you're outnumbered, if you got your
Yep.
partners, you it I still say sometimes walk away, but confront them. Confront them like a man. You get me? Because I've confronted people.
Yeah, me
I have
too.
confronted people, and and they try to escalate, and I de-escalated it.
Yeah, the way I'll do it. Yeah, you're right though. Six guys and you're the only guy. You're just like, hey man, that's messed. Man, please don't do that, man. Come on. But they're still trying to get you to get mad. That's the
Right.
purpose. So
And you can't fall for it.
you shouldn't be rattled. No, y'all
You
shouldn't get
can't fall
rattled.
for it.
Don't
And
fall
what
for
you
it, man.
do, this one girl taught me this. I forgot her name, and she was hella cool in Georgia. She taught me this. If you put your hand up and expect a high five from somebody, if you could do that to 10 people, what do you think the outcome of them out of 10 people will give you a high five?
Shoot, I think all of them, man. I did that before at a
Yep,
rave.
just about all of them would do that.
Yeah,
She taught me that, and and I was like, damn. And I tried it. She's right. So when that happens, I'm like, hey, dude, come on, man, respect, dog. I appreciate it. She do look like that, and you try to give a dap, and that doesn't happen like that. You're like, hey, it's all good, yo. Come on, let's get out of here
yeah,
because it's going to escalate, and you don't even know what people got packing these days. I've never had that happen to me, so it's easier for me to say it, I guess. But I, if it's more than them and it's just you and her, and who cares if she brings that shit up? You like when y'all argue, you a bitch. Yeah, that's why you walked away. Why didn't touch my head? Like that's one that shows she ain't that kind of woman for you.
yeah,
Boom, right there.
yeah. And
And then
also,
two,
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
and
ahead. My
then
bad.
two, like you really helped yourself out of jam by just walking away. sometimes your ego cannot be in control because your ego will get you into deep trouble.
Right, right. Now, also, if you're at another setting, say it's at a party where your friends threw, right? Some dude smacks your lady's ass. You know what? I think you got to go and confront him for real. I'm not saying go get physical, but just, hey man, I don't play that. Don't play that, man. You don't touch my woman like that. Don't,
Exactly.
because if you say that, he'll give you some respect for doing that. Because
Exactly.
if you just like hey man, all right, okay, cool, it's all right, okay. What do you think he's gonna do? He'll keep going.
Yeah.
He'll keep going until you keep
And
saying,
what?
"Oh, it's cool, man. It's cool." I know she's bad. I know she's wearing the booty shorts. Daisy Dukes is at nighttime. I know, but
Right.
but don't ever bring this is facts right here. Don't ever bring your lady to no hood parties. You don't ever bring your lady to no hood parties where you're outnumbered. So
Right. And you could do that. Just make sure she don't dress as inviting.
yes, like
You
Jessica
know?
Simpson at Dukes of Hazards. Remember that
Right.
movie?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Don't
Right.
dress like
Well,
Beyonce with
just
them dress on.
because you're asking for something to go down. But
Right.
it's okay to confront. And it's okay how to confront, but you gotta know how to confront.
Big time. Big time.
Because everybody always think about fights. And now you fight over your girl and blah blah blah. And if you want to save face, but you're outnumbered, like there's a ways to do that. There's
Yeah, that's your
ways to do.
ways. Exactly.
I've seen dudes get. I've been at parties where dudes got shot over a chick. I wasn't there. You know how you're like
Yeah.
at another location,
Yeah.
and
Me
then you
too.
hear about why. It's like, was that worth it?
No.
And you just got to know how. And I've been in situations that I de-escalated. Never like tapping on my girls, but like dudes try to holler at a girl in front of me. The reason I don't let that, I let it go down for a little bit because I
I
want to see what she's gonna do.
yeah. I've been in that situation before, man.
And then two, I know she's gonna go. She's leaving with me. Now she pulls her phone out and get his number. It's like, all right, peace. I'm not even gonna jump in and argue because she already chose. But uh, that's a compliment to me when a guy is trying to holler at the girl you with, and
For
he's
real,
not
man.
being rude about it. I've been through that so many times. Hey, what's good? Here's a drink. And I already know what they're trying to do, but they being cool about it, right? They're not being like aggressive. And I remember this guy brought this girl 4 drinks I was with one night, right? I already knew. I was in a pool tournament, a little pool tournament. I already knew. And then somehow her and I communicated. He was like, wait a minute, you with her? Were you with him? She said, yeah. He was like, man, if I would have known that, I wouldn't even give you those drinks. You get me?
Man, you
And
play it
I just
smooth,
laughed.
man.
I just
Yeah.
laughed. And man, it was cool. I didn't. But let's say if I overreacted, I'm the one who's letting the situation control me. That means she got more power than me. That means
Bruh.
I have a low self esteem. You get me? Like, no, I already knew she was coming home with me, so I wasn't even tripping. But yeah, I kept my eye out just to see what was going down. But he bought her for a drink.
Man,
You get me?
I did a bad man. I was at the mall with my lady one time, and then this dude asked her, "Hey, so you need some help?" And I could tell he was feeling her. And I'm like, "Hey, man, she don't need your help, bro." Like I was tripping, and I started some shit with him. Like he was just a worker, and then we were just driving home, and we got into a big argument about my jealousy. You know,
She
I
liked it
was.
a little bit. She was wet a little bit.
I mean, we were young, bro. I was young. I was blue pill at that time, so
But she was wet off of that. He jealous of me. But
I was
I
like,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
you just can't let that control you.
yeah,
Now they
man.
being rude to her, grabbing her, whatever, but talking to her, why ain't like why?
Yeah, man. The only way if I attack somebody is if you attack my immediate family, my mother, my sisters. You know, if I had a brother, I just let him handle that stuff, man. Like, I got your back, but way back because you can handle yourself. But like I remember my sister's boyfriend at the time. He told my mom to, you know, shut up. You know what I mean? And
No way.
I got into his face. This guy's a Samoan dude. He's a big 6'3" guy, and I'm just a little guy. But I still, you know, confronted him about that, and it gave it gave me respect. He told me straight up that gave me respect because I was about mine. I wasn't the type to just eat my food and just look down and just read my my text or whatever and just ignore it. Nah, I ain't the type. So even right now, till right now, I don't put your hands on my family, and that's it. If I had a lady, same way, but that's the only time. You know,
Right. And I agree.
if you're in my personal space, I'll be like, hey man, back off, man. But if you attack me, oh man, I'm gonna beat that ass because I'm defending myself. You can't take me to jail, but if I attack him, I'm going to jail. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah. If they attack like my friends, my family, I'm going to jail. But you put your hands on anybody, one finger, man, that's self defense. I ain't gonna get locked up for that.
No, I feel you. Like I got two brothers and a few sisters, but they're not blood related. But my thing is instantly I'm I'll wait until I have this tradition if it's one on one. But
Hmm.
once they are losing, that's when I jump in or another person jump in. Going for the kill. And my boys like you or whatever, I'm in there. But I have to wait if it's one on one. I But if you're getting down and he's just hammering you and won't let go, that's what I'm in. Um, because you're a man, and a man got to feel like a man when they fight. You get me?
It's about protection, man. Protecting your family and your wife or your girlfriend, or whatever.
I only got a few friends, and you want to like main who I call my partners. I got a lot of associates,
Me too. Yep.
but my partners like I don't want 30 because you can't trust who's 30. But if they are in need and they get jumped and they like call me and at my age, I'm like, let's handle that shit.
Yeah.
Let's handle that shit. You get me? No, honestly. If my brother got jumped, both of my brothers, you, Elman, Rick, Darnell, like I'm probably missing a few, but I'm there once they call me. You get me? If they call me, like, boom, I got jumped, right? Or I got beat up bad. And I'm there. And I'm not as fast as them, but I don't mind going down with the team because that's love. But I'm not the guy who's going to instigate the fight because you got looked at wrong. You get That's why you fight it. Want to fight him because he looked at you. And how old are you? You get me? Because fighting is a young man's game, and
Yes.
it's nothing, nothing worse than seeing an old man get knocked out. That's the
Man,
most sad
that is so
thing
sad.
ever. I've seen multiple old men get knocked out. And when they fall, it's like a mannequin falling. You know how you push a mannequin over? They,
15 cents come out the
dude,
pockets.
it's sad seeing that shit.
It's so sad,
I've
man.
seen old men get beat up because they're trying to like because your brain thinks you still got it.
Right, right,
I remember
right.
wrestling. I wrestled a long time, and I remember trying to wrestle this. He was my cousin. He was a football player and one of the best wrestlers, I guess, wherever he was at. My brain, and I was drunk. My brain was like, "You got this. You're 32. You remember when you did all those comeback stories? You got that, dude. Remember, he was a little kid. He was 6, and you was 14. You got his ass. Next thing you know, I'm like this. I'm tapping out like, hey,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
got it. I got it.
You got me, yo. You got me, yo. I just my knee was hurting, and I had to take I had to take a dump. If I didn't have to take a dump, I would have beat him.
Yeah, whatever, man. Just
But you get me.
sit your
Your
ass
brain
down.
tells you when you get older. Your brain tells you still got it.
Yeah, man. But when I was young, bro, I was stupid, man. I was so stupid. Like, I would go to my friend's house and we just meet up, like 5, 6 of us, or even 3 of us. Let's go downtown, San Jose. Let's go. And I wasn't really looking for the women. I was looking to get into some funk. So if you look at me wrong, step on my shoes, it's a wrap. We're gonna squab. We're gonna squabble. My mindset was stupid, man. But also in my mind, like, man, if somebody beats me up at that time, all I gotta do is make a phone call. I got some gangster cousins that will come and they ready. They active. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's stupid. Like, to have that in your head, like, I'm untouchable. Like, I can just make a phone call. It's a wrap. But one time I got knocked out. I was in a fight with the Samoans, man, and I didn't even start the fight. I was in VIP, and there's a VIP upstairs and people downstairs. My friend that I came with, I don't know, he's kind of crazy, man. He was starting stuff with some Samoans downstairs. The Samoans were at the bar. We're in VIP. He was like laughing at them, like, look at you suckers, man. Y'all buying drinks, man. We got drinks up here, man. You can't come up here because y'all some bums. They're just looking at him like that. And I was happy to stand right next to him, just looking at him like, hey, man, calm down, man. Nah, we ain't trying to be like that, man. Ain't gonna be like that. I forgot about that, right? So later on, 2 hours later, I forgot about that. Went downstairs where the Samoans are. I went to go buy my Corona, because I was thirsty. I had a empty bottle in my hand, like empty Corona bottle, and their dudes turned around and they're like, "You have a problem?" Like, huh? These 2 Samoan guys. I'm like, I don't even know y'all, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you got a problem. Dude grabs my neck, and got aggressive. Like, yo, what the? I was like, what the hell's going on? So my bottle that I had, I went bam on his head.
Oh.
And it broke. And I guess, like, there was some pushing and shoving. Security was nearby. They grabbed me, right? They grabbed me and forced me outside. They took Samoans on the other side of the building. And I was so dumb and drunk. I was like all excited, adrenaline. I was talking my shit. I was talking. My cousins, my friends would tell me, hey, Rod, just like, no, man. Man, F those, like, big, slow. If they punch me right now, I would duck. They're so slow. I was talking, and security got so tired of me, they brought the Samoans to my direction. And then they're like, go ahead. I was like, yo, what the? So it was me, my friend, and my cousin, just 3 of us, because they're trying to calm me down. Like 5, 6 Samoans came to us, and we squabbled. I was fine this one Samoan, right? He's kind of like a little taller than me. We're like, trading blows, right? I blacked out because I heard some dude hit behind my head. Out. I woke up in the parking lot. And then I was like, yo, what happened, man? And then, like, yo, your tooth came out, man. And I got up and went to the, like a mirror. Like, my tooth. And I'm so dizzy. I had a concussion.
Damn.
My girlfriend at the time had to take care of me, bro. Concussion is no joke.
Yeah, this concussion is no joke.
No joke. So first time I've ever got knocked out behind my head. Bam.
That's dangerous too.
Bro, and I heard my friends told me that all of them like saw me on the floor. I was knocked out. They all stopped fighting my friends. All 6 of them went to jump me while I was on the ground. So that's why my teeth was missing. My nose was like crooked. Dude, they messed me up. All 6 of them. All because of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I had a big mouth, bro. That changed my life forever. Like, no more fighting, man. No more fighting. That changed my decisions of life and not help death, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just telling you, like fighting is inevitable for a man. I mean, nowadays is different. These guys are different from our generation,
Yeah.
but um, it is what it is, man. And there's a warrior's stance. I had a broken nose, and it was the worst fix I ever had.
What happened with that?
Just bigger dude. He was drunk. He was a military guy, and we were somewhere, and it wasn't even a fight. And he did something to a girl, and I didn't like it. And you know how you try to slap hands with people,
Okay.
give them that,
Yeah.
and I didn't give him that. So I walked off. Maybe 10 minutes later, he said, "Hey Neil." I turned around. He clocked me, and I fell to the ground. And I saw like 10 Tweety birds around my head, and I had a broken nose and blood spilled.
Oh.
And I remember going home, and I went to sleep. And
What?
yeah, that's the crazy part. So, and I went to the doctor the next day, and the doctor said when this happened last night, he said, "You went to sleep with a broken nose?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You could have suffocated," whatever he said,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And my shit was swollen, had two black eyes, and I remember going to get my nose fixed. So they put this metal two forks in your nose, and they lift it to place it, and you hear nothing but Captain Crunch. It's the bones, right? And they put it in it to place it, and then she puts these cotton looking things in your nose, rams it all the way up here. So that's to straighten your nose straight, right? And you got to leave that in. For me, I had to leave it in for a week.
That's
And on
crazy.
Friday, I gagged. I was throwing up the whole day because all I could smell was snot.
Oh,
Because the snot has nowhere to go, so it's building up. And you remember the movie Total Recall
yeah.
when he took that tube out his nose?
Yeah.
Remember that tracker? That's how that shit felt. And I was like this. Oh, leave the other one in. Just leave the other one in. Just leave it in. She took the other one out, and like boxers could probably go through that. People who are combat sports, and I'm just like, that was enough for me.
Bro, I forgot to
Like I still
mention.
wrestle people, but that broken nose going through that was like, fuck that.
I forgot to mention that night when they broke my nose, like my cousin had to go put it in place.
Oh no
That
way.
that hurt so much. I'd rather have my cousin do that than what you went through.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
rather too. If I knew somebody who could have done it, it would have saved me money or saved my dad money. But that shit was torture, yo. I
It
had two
was
black eyes, and I remember just all this waterfall of blood just coming out. It was on my jacket, and but it, I got it, and because I used to want to be a fighter, a professional fighter, right? Because I was good at wrestling. But then when I had that, I was like, fuck that shit.
man, because you know
There's another way is the way to make money.
when they put your nose back together, you have to have adrenaline, so it won't hurt as much until the next day. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
But that still hurted though when he did it. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
that's crazy how you went through it. That's some total recall shit. But I mean, not total recall, lethal weapon.
Lethal
Remember
Weapon.
when? Remember
Yeah,
his shoulder come out? That's what that is, yo.
yeah,
That's
yeah. That's
crazy.
true. That's true. I got jumped in Daly City one time. It was
By those four
no,
gay dudes, right?
no, no. You weren't there, man. Let me tell the story.
Oh, you stupid.
You weren't there.
Damn.
I went to
Damn.
I went to Daly City with my friend because my friend's homegirl invited us. So we were there. I was carrying a Corona bottle, said what's up to people, you know what I mean? And this dude went up to me and said, "Hey man, you got prom?" It's like, what? I was like, nah, I think you got the problem. And he got mad. So he pushed me. I pushed him back. And then somebody, it was like a like 2-story house. Somebody came from the stairs and just jumped and tackled me, right? I was like,
Mm-hmm.
ah. And he got me in a chokehold. He got me in a chokehold, right? And I could not breathe. Like, oh my God. You know how you get a
Ooh.
break, rear naked choke? Bro,
Mm-hmm.
I could not breathe at all. And then I was like, moving my arms everywhere. I felt his pelvic area, his penis area. I was like, oh, I got him right there. And I hammered it down. Boom, boom, boom. And he finally let me go. But while I was hitting that shit, I was getting jumped. I remember some girl was jumping me too. I think she was tomboy. And they were saying these gang stuff, like Riverside mother, like all that
Right,
stuff,
right.
and kicking me. But I've also heard that there was other people in the same group fighting other people there too. And so after I hit his dick, he let me go. I got up and started swinging at anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody. My boy
It's about
saw me.
survival.
Bro, my boy saw me. He said I knocked out 3 people. But I didn't know who it. Yeah, I knocked them out. He told me because he saw everything. But so what happened when he couldn't help me is because the owner, he's like, hey, if you jump in, I'm gonna hit you over the head with this lamp because he had a lamp, and he's gonna hit my friend if I jump in. And he told me I was handling my business. But the reason why, because I remember I was fighting them when they were punching me, it felt like cotton balls hitting my face. It was so soft. That's why I could take their punches because I heard they were drunk and high. So I could take it. So I was like trading blows with them. Right? Police came. They ran out. When the police came, they ran out. I was still in the house. The owner's like, "Hey man, just stay here, just chill." They took care of me though, but I was talking my shit. I was like, "Man, we from San Jose, man. Wait till my San Jose homies come through over here, man." And then the owner's like, "Hey, don't talk like that." I was like, "No, no, this how you gonna show San Jose?" Man, I know this Daly City. I like Snoop Dogg over there at the Source Awards.
That's dope, man.
I know this is East
Wow.
Coast, but I was talking my shit. I hit my cousin up, because I had gangster cousins. The next day they were looking for him. The next night they were looking for him. They were calling me how they looked like, where's the place at. They drove around. They knew some Usos. They knew some Filipino cast. They couldn't find those dudes. And I heard that the police actually caught those guys. And my homie asked me if I want to press charges. Like, nah, don't
That's
press charges.
okay.
I should have
Okay.
though. I should have though, because I wanted my cousins to handle that. My gangster cousins, they ain't no joke, bro. I'm not gonna say no names, what
You
gang
should.
they from. I'm not gonna say that because I might get in trouble. But they ain't no joke. So they really were out there. They kept calling me and asked me like where they at, what it looked like, what was the place at, So that's the last time I got jumped, bro. That's the last time. I was
So,
bloody. I was bloody, but still, I didn't feel nothing. Like when they're punching me,
oh,
it
God.
was weird, bro. It's weird. But I knocked 3 guys out
That's crazy. That's crazy.
on the floor, dog. That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I Last time I got in a jump, I was with the girl I was dating, but she wasn't there. And I went to the liquor store. A dude bounced me, and I said my bad because I don't know who did it first. And he was like, "You bet." And then, we going back and forth, right?
Oh.
So I go outside, and he's like, "Man, blah blah blah," and I turn around. I should have kept going, but I turn around, and we got escalated. I put my bag down of alcohol, and he swings. He hits me, but he hits me like a little bit lower than my chin, right? And like I said, I just wrestled him down, and not knowing he had a dude with him, he pulls my hoodie back. I had a hoodie, so I go back, and the guy I had took down chokes me, pushed me in a chokehold, rear nigga choke, narrow choke, and I was fighting for everything I had, not to bite my tongue, which was between my teeth. And
Dang.
when it was all said and done, my eyes were bloodshot red. So
Wow.
it was almost death. If you think about it, both my eyes were bloodshot red, and I probably passed out. But the reason I didn't fully pass out because I was focusing on my teeth not collapsing on my tongue, which it
Oh,
was right there. It wasn't like that, but whatever the instance, my tongue was like decent enough that I could have bit it, and that was the only reason I didn't pass out fully. And I remember my tongue was swole up the next day, and everything, but my eyes bloodshot red.
so when your tongue's all swelled up, you just gotta eat soup all the time, huh? You can't eat solids, huh?
Well, I mean, I couldn't. It didn't feel comfortable. I could eat, but it just was a very uncomfortable situation with my tongue for a couple of days, maybe 4 days, 5 days. But that first day was hell. The next day, and look, and my eyes were bloodshot. My brother, my older brother, the one you met, it was like, uh, where is that? I'm trying to do the cup, whatever. It won't show
Where
it,
you
but it
can't
was
see it.
blood. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
bloodshot red, and my
crazy.
brother was like really. My older brother was really angry. To this day, he probably wish he was there, but but that's what I'm saying. Fighting, sometimes walking away is the best thing. What we were saying in the beginning, a lot of times walking away is the best thing and the safest thing because you just never know.
I was about to ask you in closing, do you want to end it on a good note? And you just said it. Just back off, man. It's not worth it. That's how you defend yourself, unless you're getting attacked.
Right. Unless it's a control situation or you have no other choice.
Yes, yes, sir, man. But good talk, man. Good show. This has been a very good show. Remember, check out sugarbrown.net for any dating, relationships, and self improvement, man. Because this is all what this show is all about. And you could check out our show by going to the website, click YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you want to hear your podcast. And that's where we'll be.
And it's growing slowly. A lot of people are taking notice to it. Say it one more time.
Sugarbrown.net. Check it out. We out, y'all. We out.